It's a warm welcome to this week's Awanachi Conversations, where we profile different women as they share their journeys, they tell us about their lives. I'm excited that you could make time to join me for this particular podcast. I'm your host. My name is Mpunga Chipepo-Simukwai. I'm excited because for the first time on the Conversations, we are having a legal practitioner just to come and share her journey with us. And this is none other than Jacqueline Jhala. Jackie, welcome.
Thank you, Punga.
Thank you so much for making time to come through to the Awanachi Conversations.
Oh, thank you for having me.
You look absolutely stunning in white. Is it white or cream?
I think white.
White?
You look lovely too.
Thank you so much. Now, Jackie, could you tell us a bit about your early life and what really inspired you to pursue a career in law?
Okay. So I hail from Monze, Southern Province, so a rural girl kind of thing. I come from a big family, and one of my elder siblings, my brother, is actually a lawyer. So I always thought, he's a cool guy. I want to be cool like him. So that is really what started it. And then my dad also was pushing me in that direction. I enjoy reading. I've always loved to read. So he would be like, well, I think you're best suited to be a lawyer. You love reading a lot, I guess so. Yeah.
Okay. Now, growing up as a child, did you ever imagine, of course, you've mentioned that there was that influence from your older brother. When you were growing up, did you ever imagine being a lawyer? Is it something that you've always wanted to do? Or, could you share that with us?
Not really, I would lie if I say that's something I always wanted to do. As a child, I think you've got so many different things going on.
Yeah.
I actually wanted to be a newscaster. I used to find it so, I thought they looked so amazing.
Yeah.
I wanted to read the news. At one point, I think I wanted to be a doctor, but then I knew earlier on that wasn't for me. When someone gets sick, I'm the first person to be crying. So I thought, this one looked good on my patients. And then then my brother came along. So when he started studying law, he used to encourage me. And I guess it just kind of caught on. So so by the time I was going to my secondary school, I kind of knew then that I wanted to study law. So I was focused to subjects which would help me get into law school.
Absolutely. Now, your practice does cover a broad range of legal areas. How do you manage to stay proficient and, of course, across the diverse fields?
Firstly, I think it's a combination of so many things, but most importantly, it's continuous learning. The law is not static. Things change every day, so I'm keen with constantly improving myself. I attend courses, seminars, just to help myself evolve as well. And then definitely having a strong team working with me, that does help. I have a fantastic team of dedicated, specialized young lawyers who I'm happy to mentor every day. Obviously, with the job, there's frustrations which come with the job and mentoring someone, but I guess the gratification at the end of it all does help. And then our firm is, we have 4 main big departments or practice areas, and then each is specialized. So that does help because you tap from everyone's specialization and we collaborate a lot. So that does help as well.
You have touched briefly on the issue of mentorship. You've talked about the aspect of specializations. So what do you find most rewarding about working in areas, for instance, corporate law, mergers and acquisitions, and issues of regulatory compliance? What are the things that really excite you about those aspects of the law?
Just even the words seem exciting, right? think for me, it's just knowing that you're part of a success story, knowing you helped grow a business, you helped a business achieve its objectives. That is really fulfilling for me as well. And then because of the nature of the work, I get to do complex things, and I thrive with that. I like a challenge. I like to come up with practical solutions as well. And then I'm also very keen on regulatory compliance. I'm big on that. I like my clients to be compliant in whatever area of the economy they are playing in. And it also helps with, I think, knowledge growth as well, because the more you're involved in transactions, the more you learn every day, because each transaction is not the same. So each time you are learning. And I think something I've learned from one of my mentors was that this is the best profession because you get paid to learn. So I'm learning every day, and I'm getting paid
for it.
So what best career would you want to have? So yeah.
Exactly. Now, you have been recognized as an IFLR 1000 and Legal 500 ranked attorney. Could you tell us a bit about this and how these recognitions, of course, have impacted your career?
Oh, positive, definitely positive impact. Firstly, it validates my expertise in that particular area. It's also a confidence boost on my part. I've worked hard and I'm getting recognized for my hard efforts. And then as well, from my client's perspective, this builds or enhances their trust and confidence in my abilities, in the fact that they've got the right people to manage their transactions. And then as well, it's opened up a lot of opportunities for me as well, opportunities I would never have had if it weren't for the rankings. Good collaborations have come from that. And then the rankings as well, they help with motivating not only myself, but the young lawyers I'm mentoring, that just we work together, we're doing these projects together, let's put in the work, and you will get recognized as well, and there's a lot which comes with the recognition. So very proud of those recognitions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well done. We look forward to you receiving a lot more recognitions.
Yes, thank you.
Now, could you share with us a personal story or experience that has significantly influenced your approach to law?
Good question. Several things. It's working in a pressured environment most times, and I started off my career at Corpus Legal Practitioners as an associate, and I've grown and developed to being a partner with the same firm. That speaks a lot to the firm itself, how they manage themselves. And one of my mentors or supervisors was Elias Chipimo. So when I started, I used to work under him. And we are very good friends now. We were not good friends then because I felt I'm getting too stressed. I don't think I'm cut out for this. I remember once we're working on a very big transaction, and he was the partner. So as the associates, you're all working together, and you'll be, well, the partner, he's going to speak to the clients, and, as an associate, I'm just taking notes and doing whatever it is we have to do. So it was a big, it was a scheme of arrangement, I remember, happening in the Copper Belt. And the day before we traveled, he tells me, Jay, tomorrow, you're the one who's going to speak on everything we've been discussing to the creditor, so better get your house in order. And I panicked. I've never panicked like that before. And I'm sure the thought crossed my mind as in, well, I'll call in sick. I'm not going to go. And even before that thought left my head, he was like, and if you do not make it, don't even come to work. Consider yourself fired. Well, okay, then
Yeah, you were
yeah,
being thrown to the deep end.
thrown
right
to the
there.
deep end right
Yeah.
there. So he knew I was competent, otherwise he would never have thrown me in the deep end. But I just needed a shove, I guess, to feel that, I can actually do it. From then on, my approach to everything kind of changed. You should always be ready for the unexpected, always have your house in order. And this is something which I try to mentor the associates, my young associates I work with, that, well, even if I'm there, one day I may just fall sick or I'm not there. So always work on a matter as if you are the one, who's going to speak to the client and deliver the advice. So that has been really instrumental for me, because it changed even, how I looked at things, the attention I was paying to detail, how I was presenting myself, because then, I may be speaking to a client and I want to put my best foot forward, I guess. Yeah.
How would you describe your leadership style? You've mentioned Mr. Chipepo as somebody who clearly had influence on you. How then has that impacted the people that you mentor in terms of your leadership style? How would you describe your leadership style?
An open door policy, which is not only peculiar to me, but the rest of my partners as well. And then I always hold the belief that we can learn from everyone, even the junior most person in the team. So we learn every day. And then I encourage my team members to give me their opinions, to give me their views, because my opinion is not the correct opinion. There may be something which has changed, or there may be a different way of looking at things. So I think I see myself as a young, I hope, modern kind of leader who is open to listening to my team, embracing what they say as well. And then you also have to strike a balance at times between being very flexible and maybe, putting your foot down when you need to. At times that may not really be too popular, but it comes with a job. But all in all, I think I'm not doing a bad job. I try. Yeah.
So, Jackie, what has been your most memorable or meaningful moment in your legal career?
Okay, that would be the day I was called to the bar. That was memorable on so many levels for me. It was a bar exam is difficult on any normal day, but when you're studying for a bar exam, you've got a family, your wife, your mom. There's so many things which come with that. It was really pressured. So I passed my bar exam on the first attempt. That was really tops for me. So that is memorable. And then being admitted to the partnership at Corpus as well. So that's obviously something which every associate is working towards. So I rose through the ranks from being a junior associate. I became a senior associate. I became a head of department, and then I became a partner. So being a partner was really one of the highlights of my career. You do have pressured days. You can literally work till the AMs. It's not every day, but we did have a lot of those projects. So I think it's being there when you should be there, being committed, and showing that you're actually part of the long plan. I'm part of the company. I want to see it to the end, and just being keen, I think, on wanting to learn. Nothing wrong with making mistakes. I made a lot of mistakes, to be quite honest. When I look at some of the stuff I used to write back then, I'm like, oh my God, was this mine? But I guess being willing to learn, accept mistakes, and learn from your mistakes. So, yeah.
How do you manage stress, and how do you maintain your well-being? Because you do mention the fact that you obviously your job is a high-pressure job. How do you just ensure that your mental well-being is taken care of?
It gets difficult, to be quite honest. I try to have a good work-life balance. My family is important to me. It keeps me grounded when everything feels like it's not going okay. Just going home, being with my family, that really grounds me. So when I'm stressed, I, like to take a moment, just step back, just appreciate the bigger picture. This is a career I've chosen, so I've made my bed, kind of, but I obviously need to make the best of it. So having a very good supportive system has helped. Support at the office as well, because without a strong team, then definitely I wouldn't be able to manage to do most of the things I do. So I have a very dedicated team who work when they work over weekends if they have to work. So if there's a deadline, people are sick, they will still work, and I don't take that for granted. I really appreciate that because it does help my work as well. And obviously the support I have from home. So my husband, my kids, they understand that it's a pressure job. I've got my grandmother who has lived with me for 20 years. My eldest daughter is turning 21, so she came to live with us when my firstborn daughter was born. So kind of just to help, I'm not really stressing, how are the kids doing at home. So that has really, so she's an important part of my life, my family, and my team at the office as well.
In addition to your law practice, what motivates you to share your knowledge and insights with a broader community?
I think a combination of several things. Firstly, a passion for the law, for what I do. I really enjoy it. And then also a desire to share knowledge and educate, and then also contribute to the legal profession as well. And then with writing articles, what I've realized as well is that's also some form of continuous learning on my end, because you're reading a lot more on that subject, you're becoming more knowledgeable on that subject, you become an expert on that subject. So that is a positive as well.
So when you look at your legal career, as a woman, would you say that your journeys have been similar with, for instance, a male counterpart that, you were called, for instance, to the bar at the same time, or would you say yours has been unique in that sense?
I think it will always be unique for a woman because of our different responsibilities which come to being a woman. So depending at which stage in your life you are as a woman. So for myself, for instance, I was a young mom and I had to kind of balance everything going on with, the work as well. The work environment, there's no one who's going to cut you a slack because you're a woman, and I don't expect anyone to expect to be cut a slack because you're a woman. You have to prove that you actually deserve, whatever is coming your way. You have to work towards that. And it's difficult in the sense that, for instance, you have a sick child, you have to go home. You are pregnant, maybe the pregnancy comes with complications, nothing of your doing. You're off sick. You're on maternity leave, very important. You are out of the office. And with all these things going on, work is not stopping because you are off sick or whatever else is happening in your life. And because work is continuing, you find yourself, you kind of have to work a little bit harder, I think, than your male counterpart for you to prove that I'm as good or even better than my male counterpart. So not that there was any disadvantage, for instance, placed on me because I was a woman, but I just feel that I had to work exceptionally harder. I had to prove myself. I had to find time to do everything which was, given to me. But minding everything else because I have kids to raise, I have a home to look after. So trying to put all those things together with being a career woman, I think that was difficult. And I honestly applaud all career women who are trying to juggle everything and, rise up the career ladders. It's not easy, but I think it's fulfilling when you actually do get there. And that's one of my points when I'm mentoring my associates as well. So I have, not intentional, I have more female than I have male. And I take that, I think, as an opportunity for me to kind of, because I can relate to what's going on. Someone has just gotten married, so I know, very soon we're going to start family. You need to balance your work properly, don't let work slide. You feel frustrated. Don't let your house, down. That is the most important thing at the end of the day. And for me, I always maintain that given a choice, if I were to be asked, your work or your family any day, I'll stop my work. And if that's what it takes. And I made that very clear. If I'm to be given a choice, I'm choosing and I'm stuck. Just know that my family is always going to come first. And because that was made very clear, so you kind of set your boundaries, for lack of a better word, but you're giving your best as well, because no one is going to cut you some slack because, you're a family person. But it is difficult, I think, in my case.
I like the fact that you mentioned that you're big on family. I think that's very important considering the type of job that you do. But how do you juggle between your career and family and just your life? I'm not a believer in the work-life balance theory, because honestly, from my experience, there's never a place that you really find the balance. It's a lot more to do with you juggling the different roles. So how do you navigate that aspect?
It's very difficult, to be quite honest, and that's why the line is blurred. But I really try my best. So for milestones which are really important in my kids' lives or my husband's life, I will always try to be there because it means a lot. I obviously would never make it for every sports day or for all of them, yes, but there's always that meaningful one, where mommy, you have to be there, and I would try my best to be there. And that's why, again, having a team, a dedicated team who know what to do, who know the work, that really, I can't lie, has helped, because I'm able to leave the office if I have to, when I know that my team is still. So when I leave the office, it doesn't mean that the work stops. So I know that I have a dedicated team who are going to do the job, whatever needs to be done. And then I also make a deliberate effort not to take work at home. That's difficult, yes, considering that you have your phone, you can see the emails, you have your laptop, but over a weekend, when I get home on a Friday, I try not to look at my work until Sunday afternoon, by all means, because I know Saturday, it's a day that I'm with my family. I don't want to be distracted with work. So I try as much as possible, and my team know that as well. And I also appreciate that even they have to spend time over the weekends with their family. During the week, to be quite honest, I don't spend a lot of time with my family. My husband has got a professional job as well. I think that helps because he understands I'm a professional person the same way I understand he's got a professional job. So during the week, we make a deliberate effort to have dinner with the kids. So I'll not take them to school, but every day, dinner, 8 o'clock, I have to make sure that I'm home by 8 o'clock. And we catch up with everyone. How's your day been? That kind of helps. And you feel the kids see you and they feel you're involved in their lives. And then over the weekend, whatever it is they want to do, I try as much as possible. It's not always like that, to be quite honest, because there are some weekends when you have to work. But even where I have to work on weekends, for instance, I try I would rarely go to the office, and thank God for technology now and the nature of the job I do. I'm not. I don't do court work, so I do mainly transactional work. So I can work anywhere. So during the weekend, for instance, if I have to work, at least I'm working from home. So even if I'm working, at least the kids know mom is home. Yeah. So it's never, a very clear line, but I really try my best to at least spend time. I'm deliberate, that's the word, with spending time with my family. Yeah.
I love the fact that so Jackie, I like the fact that you are deliberate about the family time and the things that you need to do. But what legacy do you hope to leave in the legal industry, and what are your aspirations for the future, professionally, and then of course personally?
Okay, so at Corpus, I'm passionate about mentorship, as we've chatted already, and then continuous professional development. So I would want to leave a legacy which reflects that as well. And then aspirations on a professional level, I think I aspire to see our firm grow and expand, venture into new specializations whilst maintaining, professionalism, excellence, and integrity. And then on a personal level, I obviously hope to as well continuously learn, improve myself, and hopefully get a much better balance, work-life balance. Like I say, to me, my family is really important. So dedicating time to being with them is very important for me. Yeah.
Okay. Are you also open to offering mentorship away from the team that you have in your firm? Because I say so because I honestly and strongly believe in the power of mentorship. And if we can get a mentorship for each person, then I know that the world is a better place, because then a mentor is somebody who's also able to identify some of the strengths that you may have. Do you have such plans of just mentoring people in a more broader sense?
Definitely, yes. I'll be open to it. And I'm not being biased, but if I can mentor females, I think I would enjoy
The
that.
males will protest.
I know they will, but I think it would be more, I would find it more meaningful, yes, because of just the fact that a woman just faces a lot of challenges, and this is a career woman, in trying to, be there, make a name for yourself, and people appreciating, you for being a professional person. So yes, I would definitely like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, before I let you go, Jackie, I will ask you just to share three values or three tips that you can point to that have gotten you to where you are now. When you look at where you started from to where you are, what key things or key tips or values have brought you to where you are today?
Okay. Dedication. Definitely. You have to have a passion for you need to enjoy what you do. So when you wake up every day, it should not be you're being forced to do what you do. Then you never really give it your best shot. So love what you do, and being professional, I think, as well. I always mention that as women, we shouldn't expect to advance just because we're women, like I mentioned earlier. So we should earn our, wherever we want to be. So let's be very professional in what we do. Let's give it our best shot. So dedication, professionalism, and I would say integrity as well. So being a lawyer, it's a career which comes with a lot of trust from your clients, from your peers as well. So you need to carry out your responsibilities with the integrity which comes with that position. Your client should be able to trust that you're going to do a good job. Your client should be able to have confidence in you. So everything you do should effectively speak to that. So I would say, yeah, dedication, integrity, passion, and enjoy it whilst you're doing it as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Jackie, it's been such a joy hosting you on the Awanachi Conversations, just for you to share your life story and your journey. We look forward to having you come back just to come and give us an update on where you will be at that moment, but just to thank you more sincerely for coming through to the podcast today.
Thank you very much, Mpunga. I really enjoyed it. Thank you for inviting me, and I look forward to the magazine succeeding. I look forward, to everything your team is doing, and you're doing a fantastic job. So thank you for inviting me. I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Jackie.
Thank you.
There you have it. I've been talking to Jackie Jhala. She's actually a legal practitioner. She's been our guest on this week's podcast, the Awanachi Conversations. Well, this is where we have come to the close. I've been your host, Mpunga Chipepo-Simukwai. Do make a date with me next time. Goodbye.